When's it gonna snow again?
I think on Tuesday.
When's Tuesday?
Today's Saturday.
Don't we have to stay late? The other one.
Hey, honey, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a nice buck.
It's by far the nicest buck I've ever shot.
It has 8 points, except one of them got broken off, so now only has 7 this time.
Yeah, he's a big buck. He's the biggest deer I've ever shot. He's got the biggest rack.
Don't eat him now. Don't eat him yet.
He's several years old. He's pretty good.
Don't
Don't eat him yet. We're not going to eat him yet.
Where were you whenever you were hunting? Were you doing chores or were you hunting?
I was hunting, but I was hunting from our place. So I sat at the top of our pasture, and he came down through the neighbor's property down here. And then,
why did you shoot that deer?
to eat him.
Then pick him up.
And there were a bunch of does with him. He was chasing does. I guess it looks like it's kind of early rut or pre-rut. He came down to our land, and I shot him, and he dropped. And then all the does kind of scattered, and I just didn't move. And then the does, after a while, like came back out again, and actually one of them came over to check out him.
That's my deer.
And I shot the doe too. I actually texted someone this morning
I see his legs.
before shooting the doe. Or I started texting people to say, hey, do you like want to come help me? And then, but no one had responded, and so I shot the doe, and I've just, in about the past 30 minutes, just field dressed them both, which is the first thing you're supposed to do because you want the carcass to have a chance to cool down, and those guts are a huge amount of weight and heat. So you get those guts out, and the carcass, the meat can start to cool down more.
But he's not field dressed yet.
He's field dressed, yeah.
Oh, you got the guts out already?
Yeah, take a look.
Good job.
I just field dressed them up there where I shot them.
What?
I don't think this is the big one that I saw yesterday. I really don't. I wasn't planning on going out for a long time this morning. I thought I'd just, because we're not down here and it's really quiet, I thought I'd just sneak up to the top of our pasture and lay down up there.
Everyone wants to go see Daddy's doe that he got. I'm gonna have to get my tomato freezer cleared out this week so that he can have space for those 2 deer.
Bring those along, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Holt. Yeah.
You can shut it since you have blood all over your hands already.
Me? It says here on this house.
Just tell I just love guts. It's the surprise guts that I don't like. I don't mind butchering day. We're just bagging up the heart and the liver.
What do you think?
Why did you shoot my deers?
Good question, buddy.
You didn't shoot my deers.
I've got to call and report these 2 deer before you skin them. You have to report them generally.
Hello, you have reached the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission's Hunter Hotspot.
When the doe came out of here.
All right, we got our numbers. Hey, look, I reported this one and it was 404, and then I reported this one and it was 417. So 11 people killed deer between reporting that deer and that one, and reported them in North Carolina.
Oh,
That means 11 deer were reported in the past 3 minutes. It's starting to warm up, so I need to get these deer skinned soon. I'm probably going to take them to a processing place down the road. I would love to cut them up, but that would be a whole day for me. And I don't really want to dedicate a whole day to it right now. And it's very, very affordable meat to take it to a processor, and it'll just be taken care of and in the freezer. So that's what we'll do. The other big challenge with cutting your own deer and butchering it yourself is that ideally you hang your deer for up to a week in refrigeration temperatures. And that's a little hard to do out here But let's get to skinning.
That's another beam. Look at that thing. The beam on it. Don't just move,
A
Dada.
little higher.
Was it my doctor side? Was it my doctor? It's right on there. Was it that? No. Because I'm watching Daddy.
So he doesn't slip out. Ready? Up. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
I thought you were talking to him.
Water, good job.
Because he's like, yeah.
Alright, so come to the front side here. Make sure you got clean hands. If you got hair on your
That's
hands,
what he did,
either
Mike.
brush them off
That's
on my jacket.
You
You can run your knife along that skin.
Go and get it again.
That's real cool. Just work on the back, work on the highest part. So if you hold it back at this angle, you're going to go into the leg muscle and bone. So hold it down at this angle like here. And just try to slip it up. Yep, just try to slide it up under there and it'll cut as you go.
Reach your bone kind of, it feels like a swipe, but I don't.
You can pull it up a little and you can pull up like this and
that a deal?
cut. And just slowly wiggle up. There you go. Good work, Gracie. You can push it a little harder when you do it.
Like this?
Justice, let's get this buck in here. We'll hang that down. You can grab that loop under, Justice.
Yeah, no, Dada.
Not right this second, buddy. Try to catch the weight for me, Grace. Good job. I'm going to close this door and you can start the car and turn the AC on. Alright, we got this doe to skin now. He's laying there. Hey buddy, that's the sweetest thing I've ever seen in kind of a strange way. But I don't want you on there because he can have ticks. So get off of him, okay?
Bite you and suck your blood, and sometimes they give you.
You did find a nice spot, soft spot to lay down, didn't you though? Jump off and let me check you for ticks on your clothes here. Come on. I don't think that those ticks have let go yet. They still think that he's worth holding on to probably. Maybe some of them have. I don't see anything on you. That is a nice soft, that's a nice soft spot to lay down, isn't it? Yeah, you're getting ready for a nap, aren't you? You were going to take a nap right on that deer skin.
Do you think the bigger the animal, more ticks?
I don't know, Justice. The shorter the better. It's not too cold, but it's... Alright, and... Alright. Okay, this is an ideal November morning, if you ask me. Hunting just gives me so much joy. And that total focus, which is so far from farming and fathering, that total focus, it's a treat to get to go do that. It's like a mini vacation. Plus, at the same time, we're gonna put, I don't know how many pounds it'll be, but that's a big buck and the doe's not small for this region. These aren't Kentucky, Ohio, Wisconsin bucks. But it'll be close, probably 100 pounds of meat at a very good price. His head is hanging in the tree over there, so the squirrels don't come in and gnaw, and skunks don't come gnaw his antlers tonight. We're taking these kids up. Everyone's hungry. We've got the feeling of having worked really hard and focused for longer than we might have wished, and it's a good feeling because we're starving, we're hungry, we're tired. We learned a lot. Grace and Justice just busted out helping me skin these two deer and get them cleaned up and ready to go. We got 2 extra passengers that can feel the weight in the back. I think that guy probably weighed about as much as I did, that's not really, we have small bucks here. If you're hunting in those states I mentioned earlier, you've seen bucks bigger than you can almost ever find here. And a lot of that just has to do with the topography and their diet. There's not really a lot of cropland, soybean fields. There's not a lot of cornfields, so they're mostly eating wild foods and they just tend to be smaller. Plus they exercise a ton crossing these ridges.
place closes at 3.
I know, I need to head down there.
You hot?
Alright, have you had a good time up here?
I just been working away.
We've had an awesome time, and those kids helped me so much. Yeah.
I said I would have rather been down there with y'all working outside.
They did so good. They worked until they were tired and they kept working. That's one big jar of peanut butter. These kids are starving. I'm gonna run out of here so I get those deer in that cooler fast. I'll come back. I'll eat a sandwich when I come back. So here's what happened on this day when we were supposed to be decorating for Christmas. Our local meat packing facility was completely full. And the next closest one was also full. So the girls and I drove about an hour and a half and back an hour and a half. And Bree did a little decorating, and now we're finally getting home after having dropped those deer off. It took forever, but I didn't even bring the camera because it would have been interesting, but I thought we were going to be gone an hour, and we've been gone like 4 hours. How many hours?
15.
5.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all were gone a long time. Unexpectedly. But what I did was, I bought this, and I bought that, and I bought this, and I bought this.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, Joseph.
Now, if you're new to the channel, or you haven't been around for that long, or you haven't watched every episode, you may not know, but Bree loves Christmas. You like celebrating it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's so fun. It's beautiful, and it's a break from the winter blues. Though I think January 25th would be a better day for Christmas.
Really? You want to work on that?
Yeah.
Rescheduling Christmas.
Yeah.
Why to January?
We have a lot of birthdays this time of year for one, but for two, I don't really feel the winter blues till like January. So it'd be really fun to have something in January that's like Christmas.
So the anticipation goes longer through the winter?
Yeah, so you have like in December, you've just gone through wonderful fall, like fall's just happened. Halloween, Thanksgiving, they've just happened. 3 birthdays in our family have just happened. So we wait 1 more month and there's a little bit more, it's a little more chill.
Then there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's Day, which is my favorite picture.
Alright, do you like this though?
Yes, it's very nice.
I mean, I made it in the sense that I came up with the idea and I bought the components.
I need to go carry the cow's hay.
Yeah, what?
Carry the cow's hay?
Yeah, and you need, have you not given them the hay all day?
Oh, I have. I did earlier,
You
but
let the dog out.
I will let the dog out.
Where are the hides?
The hides are in the yard right now.
Can you roll them up and put them in trash bags and put them in the freezer for me? Well, yes, my friend Jackie has learned how to tan, and I asked her if she would help me, and she said yes. She said though we needed to freeze them to kill any ticks that are on them, and then salt them. Maybe salt them, then freeze them?
We can freeze them first, it doesn't matter.
Okay, and then we need the brains though.
Do you want to tan them with the hair on them?
Sure.
Or remove the hair? I'll throw them in the freezer. That's the first step. Otherwise, things will come down and take them away or chew
might
them
already
up
be gone.
tonight. No, they'll still be there.
I'll get you 2 trash bags because I want them put in trash bags
And
in the
the
freezer.
brain, I'll have to get the brain tomorrow.
Where's the brain?
So the brains are inside the heads of the deer.
Where are the deer?
So one is hanging in a tree to protect the antlers, and the other one is right there connected to the hide, or right by the hide.
Well, shouldn't we get them before they get nasty?
Well, that's exciting. I hope you enjoy that. Yeah, it's a great thing. I would love to do it. I would love to do it. I just always feel like I don't have, when I shoot a deer, I don't have like 2 days that it's going to take to do the process.
Yeah, but we don't even have the equipment, but she does, so.
Yeah. Really all you need is a scraper. Said the expert, right?
Yeah.
I have tanned hides. Hey guys, thanks for joining us so much for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great hunt, and this is actually 2 mornings after, and this is a little grotesque, but look what's in the fridge. There's 2 deer heads in the fridge because I'm trying to preserve them so that I can remove their brains so that Brianna can keep the possibility open of doing a traditional tanning method for one or both hides, which is something she's really hoping to do. So I'll remove those brains and probably freeze them in the next day or two. Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you in our next video. Goodbye.